A lot of early stage SaaS founders ask me, should they go for a SOC 2 Type 1 audit? In this video, we will talk about the various considerations around a Type 1 audit. When does it make sense to invest in one? When does it make sense to go directly for a Type 2 audit? And a couple of examples of founders and companies who have made either of the choices. Even before you think about a Type 1 audit, you need to create the right security foundation and a security program for your company. Usually that involves making sure that all of your tech infra is configured correctly. You need to make sure that a lot of the policies and processes around HR and IT are in place. For example, have you documented all the security policies? Have you started using an MDM software to make sure you are monitoring all your employee devices and doing things like risk management? For example, doing vulnerability scanning in a thorough manner, maintaining a risk register of various risks for your company, and conducting vendor reviews. I usually advise founders that invest in creating a security program for your company so that you are ready for a Type 1 audit. Once you reach that stage, you can make a strategic choice of investing in a Type 1 audit or not based on how your pipeline of prospects is shaping. Recently, I saw a founder who suddenly got an enterprise buyer. After 6 months of back and forth, they were ready to move ahead with the procurement process and wanted to submit all the paperwork from that company within a week. Luckily for this founder, she and her team had already invested in creating the security foundation and they were already ready for their Type 1 audit. They needed to finish a few simple tasks which they were able to get done in a few days, and then they were able to proceed with the Type 1 audit. If they hadn't invested in their security foundation, they would have to start from scratch and potentially miss the timeline for this procurement process with an enterprise buyer. That happens a lot in the startup land. We are not sure when would the enterprise move in their process, and you want to make sure you are already ready rather than reacting at the last moment and potentially missing that window with the important prospect. On the other hand, if you realize that a lot of your prospects still need more time and they're waiting for moving ahead with their procurement process, you can choose to skip Type 1 audit in that case. Start the observation period of your security program to start collecting evidence that all of your policies across engineering, HR, IT, and risk management are being followed. This is all the evidence that you will need for a SOC 2 Type 2 audit. And if that is your situation, then you can directly go for a Type 2 audit, not invest in the process and the cost of a Type 1 audit, and only gain the benefit of a Type 2 audit later. And this has worked wonderfully for some of our founders who are very early in their GTM journey. They have got some people interested, but they expect that the procurement process from their buyers will actually take a few months. Regardless of which situation are you in, investing in your security program and putting that in place allows you the optionality of moving fast or choosing to wait for the right time and go for the Type 2 audit later. Do not get trapped into reacting at the last minute. Make a strategic choice around SOC 2, just like you make a choice for other things around your startup. Thank you.